after 15 tries, I finally got my camera to focus. Victory is mine. Hey, ha, hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I recently hit 300 subscribers and oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. I am so incredibly beyond grateful for all of you guys. And I cannot wait to meet you guys and just interact with you guys. I'm so excited. Today's video, if you didn't notice by the title, is a book haul. Recently I have acquired way too many books and I'm gonna share them with you guys. Some of these are for class, some of them I've picked up at book signings, some of them I picked up at a used bookstore near me. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of share with you guys the books that I got. Yeah, so let's go. Alright, the first book I have to share with you guys is The House on Mango Street by Sandra Sisterhouse. I got this book for class. It is a coming-of-age novel about a young girl from Chicago who lives on a house on Mango Street, and, you know, the story tells us about, you know, what it was like for her growing up, family history, friend history, and just this neighborhood coming together and her just growing up in this house on Mango Street. I am actually almost finished with this book. This was the first book we're reading for class, so yeah. The next book I got is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. First of all, I freaking love this cover. I was recommended this book by Abby over at Books and Espresso. This is like one of her favorite books apparently, and so I decided that I have to read it. I do have Fangirl, and so I know like a little bit about this, but I haven't necessarily read all of Fangirl, so like but from what I can tell, this is basically like a Harry Potter kind of spin-off. It's definitely not Harry Potter. But our character Simon is the chosen one, and he's like absolutely horrible, and he is rooming with this guy named Baz, and they're enemies or something like that. And I've just been told that it's really, really good. Simon is just like this mess up, and it just keeps getting worse and then it gets better. That's basically what I've been told. I was kind of hooked as soon as I saw that. I mean, as soon as I heard that it was kind of Harry Potter mixed with like contemporary romance, I was like, alright, sign me up. The next book I got is Henry V by William Shakespeare. I really just picked this copy up because first of all, I love Shakespeare. I love just diving into the world of Shakespeare, and so I've sort of been collecting Shakespeare over the years, and I only like to read Shakespeare in this edition, this Folgers edition, and so as soon as I saw it I was like, alright, gotta pick it up, don't have it. The next book I picked up is The Oedipus Cycle by Sophocles, and so this has Oedipus Rex, Oedipus at Colonius, and Antigone. I'm a huge Greek and Roman person. I love that history, I love that time period, and I actually, at my previous university, I used to study it, but I don't anymore because they don't offer it here, and so I decided that I'm going to try and like study it myself, and so that's why I really picked up this book. I've only read Oedipus Rex, and so I really wanted to read the other two, and yeah, I really liked this cover, so we'll see how this goes. The next book I picked up is Pompeii, the Living City by Alex Butterworth and Ray Lawrence. Yet again, Greek and Roman. I've always been interested in Pompeii, and this looked and sounded a lot better than the other books that I've looked into on Pompeii, and so yeah. The next book I picked up is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. I actually got this from Abby, and because I have it on audiobook and I absolutely love it, and like I'm almost done with the book. I think I probably have like 50 more pages to go. Haven't finished it, but I really like it and I really wanted a copy, and she said that she had an extra, so here we are. The next book I picked up is How to Train Your Dragon Book 1 by Cressida Cowell. This is so sad, I know, but okay. I am a huge fan of this movie. Like, I could probably quote it without it even playing. Like, I love it so much. And I actually didn't know that it was based off of a book. So when I found out, I bought the book instantly. This is a middle grade children's book. I don't necessarily know what it's classified under, but if you haven't seen the movie, which why haven't you? First of all, it's like the best movie ever. It's set in Viking times. It's about a young boy named Hiccup who just does not fit in with the Vikings. He is the worst Viking you could ever imagine. And the island that he lives on, their thing is like killing the dragons that attack them. One day Hiccup goes and he catches a dragon, and it ends up that him and that dragon end up being friends, and la-di-da-di-da. It's an amazing story. I'm so excited to read the book. The next book I picked up is Troll Hunters by Guillermo del Toro and Daniel Cross. This is another kind of thing with How to Train Your Dragon. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll know that I've recently been obsessing over the show Troll Hunters, and I found out that it was a book, so I bought it. I really, really, really liked the show, and first of all, if you haven't, please go watch it. It's about this guy named Jim Lake who is like, one day he's like riding along and he finds this amulet, and the amulet is actually part of like this troll, like this big like troll society thing that lives under them, and Jim becomes this troll hunter, this guardian of the trolls, and it's their adventure and him learning how to, you know, deal with this amulet and two worlds, and it is a great coming of age story and I love it so much. Yes. Yes. The next book I picked up is Savage the Bones by Jesmyn Ward. This is one that I had to pick up for school. I really don't know what it's about. I actually am supposed to read this for 2 of my classes, so thank God. Hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, bitches! But yeah, the cover's really pretty. That's all I have to say about that one. The next book I picked up is How to Train Your Dragon Again by Krishita Cowell. This one I saw at the used bookstore. Not only was it the first book, but I think it also had like Toothless's version of the first book, plus I liked the cover, and I know that I'm going to like this book, so why not have multiple copies, right? Right? The next book I picked up is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Zazzini. This is a book my friend Abby recommended to me again, and I don't know much of what it's about, but it is a mental health book. I think it covers mainly depression, and yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this book, so yeah. The next book I picked up is Mafia Girl by Deborah Blumenthal. I don't know what this book is about. I liked the cover, and I love mafia or gang-related stories, so I figured I would really like this book. I'm pretty sure it's about a young girl who is in the mafia. Her father is like the mafia boss, and she ends up like falling in love with this cop, and you can see where things would get a little complicated. And yeah, I'm excited to read it. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be good. The next book I picked up is Ancient Greek Architects at Work by J.J. Colton. This is a book that talks about ancient Greek architecture. I love ancient Greek architecture. Yet again, picked it up because I wanted to learn more about it. The next book I picked up is King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table. This was at the used bookstore. I do have a copy of this in my Bullfinch's Mythology, but I really, really liked this cover, and you know, it was cheap, and I do actually want to read more into these, and I haven't because my Bullfinch's Mythology book is just so big. And yeah, so I'm hoping that this is not like a better version, but like more intriguing version. Makes me want to read it more. And there's little like pictures and the dates, and the next book I picked up is My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emile Ferris. This is for my class. It is a graphic novel, and it is a coming of age story. It looks incredibly cool. Like, the drawings are so rad. I just said rad. And I like that it's in like a notebook thing. But yeah, I don't know what this book is about, but I'm excited to read it. The next book I have is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I don't know what this book is about. At the Zenith signing, Lindsay was talking about Susan constantly, and I really wanted to pick it up then. And then my friend Abby read it, and she was like, you have to read this. It is an amazing book. And so I picked it up. I got a signed edition. The next book I picked up is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I plan on buddy reading this with Abby, and yeah, I've heard so many good things about Red Rising, the series, and Pierce Brown is a heartthrobber. Good God. How is he so cute? This is not right. But yeah, the next book I picked up is The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. It is signed because I went to the signing. And first of all, let's talk about this cover. It's amazing. And let's talk about the inside. This like wallpaper. Oh my god. I am not 100% sure on the synopsis, and I don't really want to read it and figure it out for you guys. What I do know about this book is that it's a dark fairy tale setting. It's a YA. The next book I picked up is Rain the Earth by A.C. Goffin. I did go to her signing, so yes, this book is also signed. What? Anyways, this book I've heard is very dark, very twisted, is a great fantasy world, and I'm very excited to read it. It's about this young girl who I believe is forced into a marriage, and she ends up finding out that she has these magical powers, she's an elemente, and her husband is like completely against it, like he hates people like with those powers, and so it's her trying to fit in and also trying to get even with her husband, I guess. The next book I picked up is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. I have read this book and it is one of my new favorite books. 5 out of 5 stars, y'all. But this is about a young girl named Eliza who is like this comic designer. She's like cool and all. And a fan fiction writer, like one of the biggest fan fiction writers for her comic, ends up moving to her school, and they become friends, and this book deals with depression and anxiety, and it has amazing characters, and please, 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 if you haven't, read it. And the last book I picked up is Demigods and Monsters, edited and original introduction by Rick Riordan. The cover is absolutely horrible. Please, let's note this. I'm pretty sure you can all guess why I picked it up. From what I've gathered, this is a collection of essays from multiple writers pertaining to bits and pieces of the Percy Jackson world and characters and so on. I think it's just educational essays, analytical essays, so. Alright, but that is it for my book haul. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so sorry that I can't pronounce authors' names and I don't like reading the summaries of books. Thank you guys so much for joining either way, and see you on the flip side. Bye!